All right, it's time for a weekly garden tour. And I'll start over here by our melons. I have another cicada melon. I did try my first one and they're really good. Kind of like a mix between a honeydew and an apple because the skin's edible. It's like nice and crisp, but it's not as sugary sweet as a honeydew. It's still sweet. I had read online that if you put it in the refrigerator for a week before you start eating it, that it just tastes better. So that's what I did, and it was really good. And then my Madura melon is doing very well. And I do have, there he is in the back, a Madura melon there growing. So that's, looks like I have another one over here that pollinated as well. That's exciting. The flowers on the Madura are a little bit harder to distinguish between male and female because the fruit is just so small on the female flowers. So, and I have my tomatoes that are still doing good. The Dr. Witchy in the middle is kind of pathetic looking, but it's hanging in there. So I'm just going to let it do its thing. My basil's getting ginormous. Yesterday we had a lot of very strong wind and the basil is actually like tipping over into the yard. So I kind of pushed down on the soil and helped it stand up a little more. Did the same thing to the tomato plant, although midsummer is kind of the end of the first wave of tomato plants. They start to get blight. The heat really makes them not flower or fruit as much. But I'm still getting some tomatoes off of it, so I just wait until it's dead. My other tomato plants are looking good. This is the purple Russian, and it does have some flowers, so I'm excited to see what happens. I did just find some ants in this bed right here by the dill, so we'll be killing those. I hate ants. Oh yes, is that a... Might have been a bee that just flew by my lemon cucumbers. I love bees when they start getting busy because then it means I don't have to hand pollinate so much. My lemon cucumbers are doing good. Lots of flowers. I'm hand pollinating all the ones I find. Doing what I can. My sunflower's doing good. I deadheaded the main bloom and now I have a bunch of side shoots with buds on it. Jalapenos doing good. Green beans are doing really good. I really need to come through and just harvest some green beans. Wind tossed these around a little bit. All my eggplants are doing good, so I'm letting those just get tall. I'll tie them to the trellis to just support them upright, and hopefully I'll get some eggplants in the next month start growing more green beans. I really do have to go through and harvest some of these. I've been kind of neglectful, but this jalapeno plant's doing good, starting to get big. I do have a couple jalapenos up here, and then I have some more down there, so looking good. Okra's looking good. Also got tossed around by the wind. There's one of the flowers. The flowers haven't been blooming as wide as they did the last time. That one is too tall in the back there. Definitely need to cut that. It looks like I might be getting some aphids on this, so I'll be spraying some neem oils. The ants start hovering around the okra when it gets aphids. This tomato plant is looking okay. Getting really tall, but not a whole lot of flowers. It's a determinate, and it's kind of hot for it to produce flowers. Zucchini's looking good. Starting to get some flowers there. That's my black beauty zucchini. I watered everything last night. And then this is my Tokyo cucumber. It's doing okay. Hand pollinated that little guy last night. And again, I'm really hoping that some bees come out. I did have a butterfly that one time that was loving on it. Hand pollinating is time consuming. Little jalapeno plant doing okay. Serrano pepper plant's doing good. We just harvested 2 serrano peppers. And then the golden zucchini is doing very well. I'm trying to cover it with dirt, but then when it gets rain or water, it doesn't really hold it too much. But trying just to protect against squash vine borers. And then my cucamelon is absolutely going crazy. Getting tall. I do have little cucamelons on it. I'm just waiting for them to pollinate. I don't really have a whole lot of open male flowers. I just have the female ones with the fruit on the end, so we'll see. Hi, helper. Over here, my dahlia is still blooming. There are a couple zinnias I planted. This is my other gladiola, about ready to cut that spike off. Here's some echinacea I planted, and this one on the end is just not very happy. And then my zinnias over here are looking tall and should keep doing well. My dahlias in my pots are hanging out. I watered last night. It's been hot. I've been trying not to overwater, but I'm also trying to not slow down the water. There is still new growth and buds, so I'm just kind of keeping a close eye. Oh, Bubba. Basil over here is doing good. These are little spikes I just kind of pick off to keep it from trying to bloom. There's a good one of what it typically looks like. I just prune those back. Lavender still has some growth kind of in between flowers. Rosemary and chives are good. Half of the parsley decided to wilt, so I don't know if something started eating it or if it just was the heat. Thyme's doing great, and then my sunflowers that I planted here are also doing really good, so I'm excited about those. I'll have to do another video for the front flower beds, so I'll probably do that today or next week. So that's how everything's looking. Bye-bye.